Hi y'all, it's been a while since I've been able to actually make a long video. I've done lots of shorts lately. As you can tell, we are processing some tomatoes today.
Yes.
We are making tomato paste. Now, this is not a paste tomato, but we have 3,000 tomato plants and it is a Tycoon variety. And no, it is not necessarily something that you would normally make a thicker sauce or a paste with.
No.
But they taste delicious and I have so many of them and I figured let's give it a try. Why not?
Yeah.
So we are gonna get started washing all these. I have about, at a 25-pound box, and I have taken about 16.5 pounds out.
Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna start with today.
Yeah.
So now I've got all of my beautiful tomatoes in my sink. I'm giving them all a good wash. What we're gonna do after this is I'm gonna get my strawberry corer. That thing is amazing for coring tomatoes, actually. I will put the link for it in the description. And it just takes these cores out really nicely, especially these smaller tomatoes. We're gonna get that done, and then we're gonna cut them in quarters or eighths, depending on the size of the tomato. And then we're going to put them in my 8-quart pot, and we're gonna let them cook down for about an hour and a half. So here is my strawberry corer. If y'all have been subscribed to me for a while, you've seen quite a few videos that I have used this with. And really, I do love it. Very inexpensive, and I've used it so much. So, let me see if I can do this without getting juice everywhere. You just stick it right there, twist it, and look at that. It's perfect. Right?
The best.
Only the best. My pot is almost full, and I still have a few more tomatoes to add to it. But
they're for free now.
They're for free now. My child's trying to sell me tomatoes for $1 a piece. Look at that. So what I'm gonna do is, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my burner and just kind of put it on a medium heat around like a 5 or a 6, and let them start. Thank you.
They're for sale.
Thank you. I'll give you $2 in just a minute. I don't have any on me. And I'm just gonna start letting them come up to a boil. We're supposed to bring them up to a boil, cover, and just leave them for about an hour, hour and a half, and stir occasionally. That way it doesn't scorch on the bottom. I'm gonna finish up this pile and then I'll show you what's happening over here. Okay, so now that that part's done, I got my tomato cores and whatever else I had, pieces that I cut off, etc. in my compost bucket. I will take that out to the garden later. Here are our tomatoes. They're all in the pot. Let me show you how pretty they look. And there they are. And they are all starting to simmer. So I am going to, it's a little over full, so. Biddy. Sorry, my husband just got back. So I'm just kind of taking them and flipping them over like that. It's easier when I have both hands. But I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to put my lid on it, and I'm going to come back and stir it every now and then with you guys. We'll be back. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. Look at that already. This is why you want to use a Roma tomato or a paste tomato, because look at all those juices. But now that it is at a good simmer, I'm just gonna leave it uncovered for a while and let it continue to cook down. I want it to cook down to about half of this. So we're gonna leave it about an hour, maybe even an hour and a half. So it's been about an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half, something like that. And we've cooked down a little bit, but not as much as I'd like. In about another 30 minutes, we're going to run it through the food mill and then cook it down some more. I'm going to ladle this into my food mill. I'm going to do this with this whole pot. And once it's done, we are going to be back and we are going to cook it down so much more. Because remember, it has to be paste. That's what we're trying to accomplish. We're going to add some citric acid, bay leaves, and garlic to this as well. And some of it did scorch. Every now and then you can see like a couple of black pieces in my pot over here. But once again, I think it's because I'm not using a paste tomato. I don't think that'll affect the flavor any. At least I hope not. Here is our end result. It's got a good amount of pulp in it. I'm happy with it. So I'm bringing it back up on a level 6 heat. Okay, so I'm going to add a teaspoon of my citric acid, and I'm going to sprinkle it over the top, and I'm going to stir it in really, really well. Okay, 1 large clove of garlic. I'm going to cut this in half because I feel like it releases more flavor that way. And I'm just gonna drop it right in there. I don't know why it didn't record it, but I added 2 dried bay leaves. I'm sure you can use fresh. Bay leaves just aren't something I grow. Honestly, I hear from everybody that herbs are so easy to grow, but I have not been able to grow an herb to save my life, y'all. Now we're gonna add a teaspoon of pickling or kosher salt. All right, we're gonna let this cook down. We're gonna continue to check on it every probably about 5 to 10 minutes because I really don't want this to scorch. It seems like it's kind of thickening up a little bit, and it's probably honestly because there's so much pulp in it now. And I just hope it turns out good. All right, y'all, it has been a long day. It's been about 2.5 hours since we last talked, and it's not very pasty yet, but it is thickened up quite a bit. It's gone down about half, and I'm just gonna go ahead and can it. I've got to take care of my little one. I've got other stuff to do tonight, so we're just gonna call it as is. Let's look at it. So here it is. You can see it's cooked down from about right there to here. And it's not entirely what I would like, but like I said, if I had a couple more hours to do this, I would. But we still have to fill our jars and water bath can it for, I believe, 35 to 40 minutes. I'll have to look at the recipe again. But yeah, it's been a day, and I figured that it wasn't going to get so pasty, at least the way I would like, because they were not a paste type tomato. So we're going to go ahead and take our bay leaves out and our garlic, and we're going to start putting it in our jars. Alright, so I've got my wet cloth with some vinegar. I've got my jar, my funnel, and my garlic clove disintegrated, by the way. So there are some little bitty pieces in here, but it's not enough to really worry about. And see, it looks nice. It's more like a tomato sauce than a paste. But, like I said, you know, it is what it is. And just for good measure, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Always make sure you clean your rim off. Get your seal and ring. It's hot. Seal it fingertip tight. And then set it on your top rack of your water bath canner. And keep going. We've got all our jars in the canner. Jars are hot. Water's getting hot. I'm going to go ahead and drop these. You want to make sure there's at least an inch of water, about 1.5 inches over the top of your jars. So at my elevation, it's going to be 50 minutes. It's already hot. It's already starting to come up to a boil, so I'm just going to put the lid on it. All right, y'all, it is the next day. I did not even have my phone last night to even show y'all taking them out of the canner or anything, but here they are this morning.
Look at it.
They turned out really well. They all sealed. I know, I see them. They all sealed. And yes, it is a tomato sauce. It's not a tomato paste, but that's okay. I use tomato sauce all the same. I'm going to get these labeled and put on my canning shelf, and I will catch y'all next time. I think the next project that I have to do is either going to be crushed tomatoes or our salsa. My husband and I did not do it last year. We did it the year before. We made like 36 or 42 jars. I cannot remember. And we just ran out. So this is the year to make more. So that's going to be our next big project. I will catch y'all next time.